Hey, what's going on, guys? Killer6 back with some Borderlands for you, and today I want to talk about Borderlands 3, and I know it's all speculation, and everybody's like, what's going to happen? Is it going to be great? Is it going to be amazing? Or are we going to be sad and disappointed the way that a lot of people were with the pre-sequel? I still like the pre-sequel. It's a decent game. It's got a good story. Its heart is in the right place. It's just the replay value on it is not great. So that's where the pre-sequel really suffered. It was with the replay value and really just understanding what Borderlands players wanted from a Borderlands game. Alright, so the reason we're here at Claptrap's place is what I wanted to start the conversation on Borderlands 3 with is Dave Eddings, the voice of Claptrap, and God, I hope I said his last name right. If I didn't, I'm super sorry. But the voice of Claptrap is no longer with Gearbox. And according to Randy Pitchford, they let him go. I don't know if that was when he said that via tweet. I don't know if it was intended as like a sarcastic, like a tongue-in-cheek, like yeah, we let him go, wink wink. We didn't really let him go, you know, he moved on to other things, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he honestly meant it that way. But Dave Eddings moved on to, I think it was Rooster Teeth, and is doing stuff with them. But that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is, we no longer have the voice of Claptrap. Now, according to Randy Pitchford, Claptrap has a voice. That was his words. He said, Claptrap has a voice. Now, does that mean that Dave Eddings has already recorded everything for Claptrap? Does that mean that there's going to be a completely new voice actor? I don't know what to make of it, honestly. I really don't. And that's where I want to ask you guys, what in the world do you guys think's going on with this whole situation, you know? Wow, he really didn't want his loot to be over here. He was like, you know what? You might have killed me, but good luck going after all that loot. So thanks a lot, Knuckle Dragger. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Dave Eddings has already recorded all of his stuff, and that's why Randy says that he has a voice, that Claptrap has a voice? Do you think that he was joking about letting Dave Eddings go? Or maybe he meant that literally, that, you know, they let him go because he wanted to go do something else and he was already done with the Claptrap thing. But here's where it gets interesting with that, though, is Dave Eddings himself on his own Twitter originally was listed as, he listed himself as the voice of Claptrap. Now on his Twitter it says the original voice of Claptrap. The plot thickens. Alright, so let's move on to point number 2. Point number 2 is that Mikey Newman, which is basically Randy Pitchford's right-hand man, and the voice of Scooter, for those of you who aren't familiar with who everybody is that's involved in Gearbox, the voice of Scooter is actually left the studio as well. Now, his is for medical reasons. He's had long-going problems medically, and because of that, he basically just needs to focus on his health and getting well. And he does an awesome YouTube show where he does movies with Mikey. If you guys haven't checked that out, it's definitely worth checking out. If you like the humor and the style of writing in Borderlands, you will definitely like movies with Mikey. This is not a paid endorsement, by the way. I just really like his show there on YouTube. But yeah, so Mikey Newman has also left the studio. Now, like I said, his is for medical reasons, and a lot of people have speculated that because he left, that he's already done with the writing on Borderlands 3, which hopefully is the case. If he's not done with the writing on Borderlands 3, then you know, I don't know. I feel like Borderlands 3 will definitely suffer in the story and humor department without him. So I'm kind of curious, what do you guys think about the departure of Mikey Newman as well? And that brings me to my third, and let's call this one the final point for now. I mean, I could ramble about Borderlands 3 and everything that we've heard so far, and I'm wearing a bee shield right now, and that's not a good idea. But yeah, I could ramble about Borderlands 3 all day, and what we've heard about it and what we know and what we think we know, but that's not real conducive to our time here today on YouTube now, is it? So the third and final point is Project 1v1. By now a lot of you guys have heard about this. It's a side project for Gearbox, and a lot of people are freaking out. A lot of people are really concerned, because when a studio spreads itself too thin, you know, you get bad things. Bad things happen. Now, is Gearbox spreading itself too thin? That is the question that's on everybody's mind. So I did a little bit of legwork, and one of the guys that is working on Project 1v1 had tweeted out about how excited he was that he's working on the project. So I tweeted at him and basically asked him directly. I was like, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me and everything. Should we worry that this is going to take time and resources away from Borderlands 3? And his response was, you have nothing to worry about. And that was my favorite response from anybody at Gearbox of all time, honestly. Because I usually don't get a response, so it was nice to have any response, and especially a response that felt reassuring, and in my mind made me think that, you know, he knows, obviously he knows more than we do on the goings on of Gearbox, and I'm wondering if his tweet doesn't maybe mean that maybe Borderlands 3 is already, you know, essentially good to go. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? I don't know. But I'll, hopefully on the screen I've shown you guys all the tweets and good stuff. I'm having some trouble with this jump for some reason. There we go. Now we're good. Alright, so let's go kill the gold golem. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. What do you guys think? Do you think that we should be worried about Borderlands 3? Do you think that everybody's blowing everything out of proportion? Gearbox knows what they're doing. We're not going to have any problems. The game's going to be amazing. Yada, 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 yada. Or do you think we're going to run into another pre-sequel type issue where, yeah, the story might be good, the game itself might be good, but it just doesn't have that staying power that, you know, Borderlands 2 does, because Borderlands 2 has amazing staying power. Like, Borderlands 2 is one of those games that I could see myself playing for years and years and years. You know what I mean? Like, I don't foresee a time in my life where I'll be like, you know what, I just don't want to play that game, because I've made what, over 1,000 videos on Borderlands at this point, and I'm still playing it, and I still love it, and I still play it every day. And whether, you know, I was making YouTube videos or streaming it or anything like that, I would still enjoy this game. It's got the perfect style for me, for the things that I like to do in a game. I like to loot, I like to shoot, I like to build a character, you know, in terms of like the skill tree and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm not an expert on this game. I'm not a great player. I'm not, you know, I mean, there's guys like Lazy Data and Shadow Evil and Jolts Dude, and, you know, there's all these other guys that know this game inside and out and know so much more than me. I've never tried to claim that I was a Borderlands expert or anything like that, but I get shit on all the time by the elitists who are like, oh, Killer 6 is that's literally, that's a quote. That's an actual quote from an elitist, probably. Probably is, I don't know, it might not be. But, alright, so, Gold Golem gave us literally nothing good. He gave us a bad touch pounder. Yeah. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about all these goings-ons with Gearbox? Do you think, oh, we got a 20. Do you think we're gonna have a disappointing game, kind of like this chest? Or do you think that Gearbox is doing the right thing? They're taking their time, they're making the game that they want to make, and sure, they're making some stuff on the side like the Project 1v1, but you don't really feel like it's drawing resources away. Let me know in the comment section below. I love to hear from you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.